Niranjanah. Can we, let us say together, Aho Niranjanah, Shanto Bodhoham Prakrate Parah Etavantam Aham Kalam Mohine Vidambita. This verse is almost like a song. Oh, you might have heard the song recently on Inauguration Day of Amandas. So it's almost like that. So, Aho Niranjana Shanto Bodho Ham Prakrati Paraha. So, first, let us start with what exactly is meditation. Meditation or mindfulness is a state of consciousness here and now. It is not a product that can be produced by some activity of the mind and the body. It is self-discovery. Last time I think we talked about lost and found. It is already within us. So what is this self-discovery? We can never say, I can never say I'm not present here and now. Oh, I'm definitely present here and now and I'm listening. Then who is this I? That is what the real self is. Still, we cannot see, we cannot find. We label ourselves that we are man, we are women, we are this and that, with reference to the body. We cannot see or feel the real self. That is another understanding. It is because the mind created a veil, a delusion around the real self, like the dust around the mirror. So the mirror is there, but we cannot see the image because of the dust. And that dust around the mind is due to the wrong notion, delusion, ideas. Who are you? I am Girish. So now that mind and the intellect has conviction with this wrong idea that Girish is only a name, but I say I am Girish. So as long as this dust is removed, we cannot find our real self. What should we do to remove ignorance? Now, another question comes. We need right knowledge to remove ignorance or wrong knowledge and notion in the mind. Oh, is it address? Is your address is 29 Wilton Street, Ann's address? No one should go there. No, 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 it is not 29, it is 27. So you see that? I don't need an action. I need to remove the wrong notion. What is the wrong? There should be a process by which we separate the wrong knowledge from the right knowledge. We should know what is right and good. And to separate wrong from the right, we need viveka that we discussed in other sessions. Discernment in the mind is required. And that discernment leads to the dispassion. What are the three questions? Do you remember? How the dispassion is attained, how the knowledge of the real self is attained, and how freedom is attained. In the very first chapter, the seeker asked three questions. And now you already know what Master answered. What is real self? His focus was that forget about the rest of the thing. You are already a seeker. You are in the state of a dispassion. So let us understand what is this real self. In 20 verses, in 20 different ways, the Master gave that understanding. What are the attributes of the real self? What is real self? How the real self is present everywhere? That we have undergone. So now you can ask the question, did Master answer the questions? Normally, the masters in the Eastern wisdom answers the seeker. They do not answer the questions. So you see that it appears it is not logical. How dispassion is attained? If you read all the 20 verses that we have covered, you don't find the answer. But it is a big question. So it means the seeker knows roughly what exactly is dispassion, and hence he asks the question how dispassion is attained. His mind is totally focused. So seeker always asks big questions, and the question how dispassion can be attained can only come into the mind of a seeker. So seeker already knows about the discernment, because the second step is the dispassion, and discernment is a part. So what is the summary? That master always answers the seeker. They don't answer the questions. Now there is one tradition. There is a one tradition in Eastern wisdom that says freedom, awakening is here and now. You need not to do any practice. So this seeker of this book has done lot of practices. He has almost found that real self, but he did not understand how that realization, how the meditative state can be present here and now without any practice. So that is why he approached a 14-year-old master. Look at him. And the king was almost 70 years old. Now compare it with the Buddha. Buddha spent years in the kingdom, married, then left home, and then spent 6 years on austerity. What is that austerity? Same. It is hidden in these three questions. How to attain the knowledge of the reality. Knowledge of the reality reveals the real self. Once the knowledge, that real self is revealed, freedom or awakening takes place. So it took him to become the highest level of a seeker for 6 years. Meditation is always here and now. So now what happened to the Janka after listening to his master Astavakra? What happened? So neither I am that master, but you may be a seeker of that category. So now the king seeker expresses the master what he is, what his experiences are after listening. Because the highest level of a seeker lives in dispassion, in discernment all the time. And they find the aha moment, wow moment at all the time, 24/7. So what he says now, see that. Aho niranjana, I am spotless. That is his experience. First, I am spaho niranjana. I am the peace. He doesn't say I am in peace. He says I am the peace. Shanto bodhoham. I am pure awareness. He is narrating the experiences the way you have been sharing your experiences. So he is sharing his experiences. O niranjana shanto bodhoham prakrate paraha. A simple translation, then we will go in detail. He says, Aho Niranjana, I am spotless or taintless. I am peace. I am awareness. I am beyond this world of change. And then what he says? That is another way of sharing the experiences. He says, until now, etavantam aham. Until now, I have been deceived by delusion. I have been mohine vidambitaha. I have been duped by the delusion in the mind. That delusion has now disappeared. I am settled in my real self. he got the answer of all the three questions. So first see Niranjanaha. Aho Niranjana. I am taintless. I am spotless. Huh? So what the taint is caused by the mind. What is that taint? I am the body. I am husband. I am wife. I am this. I am that. All the labels are gone. My mind is settled within. Another experience he shares, I am the peace. Two things. I am in peace. I am relaxing. I am in calmness. Now I am. But here what he says, I am the peace. Means I have revealed that real self, which is of the nature of permanent peace and happiness. Then he says, I am awareness, bodhoham, bodhoham. We in Sanskrit, we say Buddha. In our country, we say Buddha. Buddha normally is also spelled, is known in Sanskrit, known as very old when we pronounce that. So he says, Bodhoham, I am pure awareness. So that word Bodh comes from Buddha. So earlier name of the Buddha was Siddhartha, Gautam. So when he got awakened, he was he was known as Buddha. So what he says, I am awareness. Now, can you show me the shape and the size, the color of the awareness? No. So it means the mind has transcended the shape, size, name, and the form in the world. So that is why what we say that in Eastern sense organs are the instruments by which we see the world of name and the form. Mind is an instrument of knowledge by which we understand the natural phenomenon of the world. And Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge that helps us to go beyond the mind, transcend the mind. The moment we transcend the mind, we find I am pure awareness. I am the peace. I am taintless. He doesn't stop there. After listening all these 20 verses, he says, Prakrate Paraha. Prakrati Paraha means I am beyond. Now I see that there is something here that is beyond the changes that I see through the mind in the world. What are the changes? The world is constantly changing. One, and the mind reflects these changes as likes and dislikes, pain, pleasure, profit, loss, etc., etc. Who says that I just see that there is here that is non-changing. Prakrati para. I am beyond the world of change and the world of people, place, time, events, body, mind, intellect, and ego. Evahantam. Evahantam. That's another beautiful. Eva, until now, before listening to you, until that time, I was cheated, duped by the delusion created in the mind. Delusion is not outside, delusion is inside. What appears true is not true. And I have been giving you the same examples. The sky is not blue, but still I see the blueness of the sky. But inside, I know it is not. I see the waves. The wave is not the water is the reality. The pot is not the reality, but that very pot by which it is made up of is reality. I see the pot, but close examination with discernment and dispassion, if you see, oh, what is on the right side of the pot? It is ceramic. Left side of the pot, it is ceramic. Bottom, it is ceramic. Oh, so where is the pot? So pot is simply the name and the label and the form, the same way We have different names, we have different shape and sizes, weight and the height. But this is not we are that we always claim we are. That is what the delusion is. So if we want to understand from the point of the view of the king, he said, no, I'm not a king, and I'm also not a beggar. I am only pure awareness. I am the peace. I am the spotless. I am beyond that delusion created by the mind. Where he says, Eva hantam kalam mohanev. Mohanev is the delusion. The word delusion is known as moha. Now see, understand that moha, the delusion, means simply what appears true is not true, but from where it has entered into the mind. Can you guess? From where it has entered into the mind? Because of strong desire. And from where the desire has come? Because desire comes from I like something, I want to grab something outside for the sake of happiness. From where that idea and the thought has come into my mind that this pasta or this person, we say we have a crush. Oh, I have a crush. And after some time, you are crushed because you have a crush. That crush is likes and dislikes and attachment and detachment. From where it has come, my mind has entered out in the world through the sense organs with the likes and dislikes. So you see, the entire process of delusion has taken place from the desire. Whether I say desire ends up in delusion. Whether I say I likes and dislikes or a crush, it ends in delusion. So, what is the way to become a seeker? What it takes us to be pure, spotless, and taintless? The moment the knowledge enters the intellect. Now, see the intellect. Normally, sometimes people say, teachers in our tradition say, no, you just do the practice and everything will happen. You have to believe it. No, belief must be supported by inquiry. This is the beauty of this text. The moment the knowledge enters the intellect, all the past impression drops, dissolves. Now, I just told you 29 Wilton Street, Princeton, your address, and no, 27. See that. Don't go to her home, I've just exposed her address. So, without permission. So, you see 27, where the 29 has gone, it has gone. Instantly, it disappeared. So, that is the way. That is the way this seeker is explaining. What is explaining? The moment the knowledge enters the intellect, all the past impression drops and dissolves. Like the darkness dissolves when there is a light. This is what seeker is saying. I am spotless. What is the delusion? I have already explained you. What are the impurities of the mind? Yes, it is because of the likes and dislikes. And likes and dislikes is perceived by the sense organ through the mind, and that causes the desire. Desire causes the delusion. Now, you add the discernment there. So now you are becoming a seeker. You add dispassion there. Now you become the highest level of a seeker. So in that state of a dispassion, you listen to the teacher. And when you listen to the teacher, this is what this is what the seeker is saying, I'm into that. I'm into that state. So, aho niranjanah shanto bodhoham prakriti parah aitavantam aham kala mohine vidambita. I am duped. I am duped, I am cheated by my own mind. Do I dare to accept that? So, dare to accept comes from the mind of a seeker. This is what the first verse is. So, every time the mind aspires to meditate, examine how far we have moved to become a seeker always succeeds. Normally, what happens? Oh, let me attend the meditation session, close my eyes, focus on the breath. Oh, today I am relaxed. Today I am not relaxed. After a week, I don't like the teacher. So I go to another teacher. I like that teacher for about a week. Then I say, oh, I don't like his meditation practice. So let me find another. So where the mind is moving in likes and dislikes. So I am missing the discernment and dispassion. Meditation will not succeed. Do whatever you do. You meet 100 teachers. It doesn't make any difference. So, what is the most important thing to remember? Every time we enter, we like to practice meditation. Ask yourself, have I become a seeker? Can I become a seeker? How to become a seeker? So, that leads us to success in meditation. So, let us start the journey. Close your